My beloved child, do you ever feel like your prayers are just echoing back at you with no answer? Do you wonder if I see your tears, your deepest longings, and the hopes you whisper in the dark of night? Let me tell you this. I see you, right where you are, in the silence of your heart where no one else can reach. I know the worries that have kept you awake in the quiet hours of the night. I know the dreams you've whispered, the ones you almost dare not hope for anymore. You've cried out, and sometimes you've wondered if I am listening at all. Today I want to speak directly to you, not through signs or symbols, but straight into your heart, as your father, the one who holds you even when you feel most alone. Feel my presence now, wrapping around you like a comforting embrace, like a gentle light breaking through the coldest darkness. Imagine my arms holding you, easing your fears and reminding you that you are not alone. I am here, always. But I need you to stay with me till the end of this message. Don't skip, don't rush away, because what I have to share with you could change everything. You don't want to miss the words that may bring the breakthrough you've been longing for. Sometimes you come to me with your heart wide open, expecting an answer right away. And when nothing changes, you feel like I'm saying no. But what if I told you it isn't a no, it's just a not yet? What if my delay isn't a rejection, but a preparation? I need you to trust that I see the bigger picture, that my love for you is so boundless, I would never withhold something that is truly good for you, not without a reason that serves your very best. Trust me, dear one, because my plans for you are filled with hope, joy, and so much goodness, more than you could ever imagine. I know it's hard when you feel like all you hear is silence. I know how your heart aches, how you wonder if your prayers are in vain. Let me tell you now, they are not. I hear every whisper, every cry, every hope you hold close. Have you ever felt the pain of waiting, wondering why nothing is happening? My child, waiting is not passive. It's not an empty space filled with frustration and disappointment. Waiting is an active choice to trust, to believe, to stay rooted in my promises, even when the road is unclear. There was a woman, Hannah, who waited for years for the child she so desperately desired. She wept before me, laid her sorrows at my feet. And do you know what I saw? I saw her faith. I saw the woman she was becoming in that waiting. When her blessing finally arrived, it was more profound and more purposeful than she could ever have imagined. And just like Hannah, I see your struggles, your prayers, your hopes. I see you, and I promise you, I am working. Waiting isn't about doing nothing. It's about growing, about finding strength in the midst of uncertainty. Think about when you learned to ride a bike. At first, you were wobbly, uncertain, maybe even scared. You had to fall a few times before you could balance, but eventually you found your rhythm. You, my child, are finding your rhythm now, and soon you will soar. It looks awkward and vulnerable, but the eagle must go through that uncertain period before it can spread its wings and soar. You, my child, are like that eagle. The waiting is not pointless. It's your preparation for soaring. You're learning to trust, to lean into the wind that is my strength. I am that wind beneath your wings, carrying you when you feel weakest, and waiting for the perfect moment for you to rise. I know, dear one, that this isn't easy. Sometimes the weight of waiting feels unbearable. You look around and see others moving forward, receiving the very things you're praying for, and it makes you wonder, why not me? But trust me, just as I have not forgotten them, I have not forgotten you. I am crafting something extraordinary for you, something so deeply good that it will be worth every moment of waiting. If these words touch your heart, let's keep walking together. Stay connected to me by subscribing, so you can continue receiving my messages and keep me close in your everyday life. Let this be a small step of faith, a sign that you want me by your side through every season of waiting and trust. My dear child, I understand that waiting is hard. I understand your heart feels weary, like you can't take one more moment of unanswered prayers. But let me assure you, I am here, closer than you could ever imagine, guiding you with a love that knows no bounds. Like a parent who guides a small child learning to walk, I will not let you fall without purpose. The times you stumble, the times you feel you're not enough, these are the moments I'm teaching you, holding you in my arms, so that when the right time comes, you will not only walk, you will run and not grow weary. Beloved, my plan for you is beautiful, crafted with a careful and loving hand. So lay your burdens at my feet. Let me carry what's too heavy for you. Trust me, trust my timing, trust my process. Like the sun rises after the longest night, your time will come, and I will be there with you every step of the way. Remember that my love is more constant than the sunrise, more steadfast than the tides of the ocean. If you feel my love touching your heart today, go ahead and like this message. Let it be your silent amen, a small way to share this hope with someone else who might be feeling lost or alone. Your one small click might be the light someone else is praying for. Let's go deeper, child. The beauty of waiting is that it draws you closer to me. There are more lessons I need you to learn, not because I'm holding back, but because I want your blessing to last. I want you to be ready when the moment arrives. Think of Abraham, who waited so many years for his promised son, Isaac. Can you imagine how hard those years must have been for him? The moments when he doubted, the whispers of fear telling him that maybe I had forgotten him. Yet through those years, Abraham learned to trust my voice, to know without a shadow of doubt that when I promise, I deliver. The promise to you, my child, is that my plans for you are good, plans to prosper you, filled with hope and a bright future. In every tear you've cried, I have been there. In every moment of doubt, I've been holding you. You are being shaped, you are growing stronger, your roots sinking deeper in me. Just as a tree needs to grow deep roots to stand tall against the storms, you too must be deeply rooted in me to withstand the winds that will come. The deeper you are rooted, the higher you can grow. The waiting is not a punishment. It's the foundation being built for a blessing beyond what you've asked for. Remember Joseph, sold by his brothers, thrown into prison for a crime he didn't commit. Do you think he felt like I had said no to his dreams? Yet, it was precisely those years of waiting, those years of trials, that prepared Joseph to step into a place where he could save an entire nation. I see you, child. You may feel confined, forgotten, but I tell you now, your time is coming. I am preparing you for something that will go beyond your imagination. The doors I open, no one can shut. Trust in this truth. The waiting is not the end of the story. It's only the beginning. But I understand, child, that the waiting can often feel like a wilderness. But even in the wilderness, I am with you. I have not left you to wander alone. Think of the Israelites, who spent years in the desert before reaching the promised land. They faced trials, they struggled, but I was there, leading them with a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. I provided manna from heaven when they were hungry and water from the rock when they were thirsty. Their waiting had a purpose. It was not only about reaching the destination, but about transforming them into the people I knew they could be. In the same way, I am using this time to shape you, to mold your heart, to prepare you for the promises I have made to you. Consider a seed planted in the soil. It lies hidden in the darkness, unseen, and yet it is not stagnant. In that darkness it is growing, breaking through its shell, extending roots deep into the earth. If you were to dig it up too soon, you would disrupt its growth. The seed needs time, and only when it is ready does it break through the surface, reaching for the light. You are like that seed, beloved. The darkness is not the end, it is where your roots are growing. I am nourishing you, providing what you need, even if you cannot yet see the fruits of my work. Remember David? He was anointed as king while still just a young shepherd, yet he spent years running from Saul, hiding in caves, wondering when, if ever, my promise would come to pass. He felt the weight of waiting, just like you do. It was in those years of waiting that David learned to rely on me fully, to trust in my protection, and to grow into the leader I had destined him to be. When the time was right, he became a king after my own heart. I am doing the same in your life. The waiting is not wasted. It is where I am equipping you, where I am forging your character, where I am drawing you closer to my heart. Beloved, I know it can feel like everyone else is moving forward while you're standing still. You see friends getting promotions, finding love, starting families, and you wonder if I've forgotten about you. But hear me now. I have not forgotten you. I know your name. I know every hair on your head. I know the desires of your heart. Your journey is unique. and the timing I have for you is perfect. Just as the stars do not all appear in the sky at once, but each shines in its own time, so too will your light shine when the moment is right. Trust in my timing, for it is never early and never late. I am orchestrating every detail, aligning every piece, so that when your blessing comes, it will be beyond anything you have imagined. And think of a mother who waits for her child to be born. For 9 months, she carries the child, feeling every movement, every kick, waiting in anticipation. She cannot rush the process, for the child needs time to grow to be ready for the world. And when the time comes, the joy of holding that child makes every moment of waiting worthwhile. In the same way, what I am birthing in your life needs time. The waiting is preparing you to receive it fully, to embrace it with joy and gratitude, knowing that it is my perfect gift to you. My precious one, I am asking you today to shift your perspective on waiting. Instead of seeing it as a delay, see it as a season of growth. Instead of viewing it as a denial, view it as my loving hand preparing you for more. I am with you in every moment, in the tears, in the longing, in the quiet hope that refuses to fade. Let me be your strength. Let me be your peace. When you feel weary, come to me and I will give you rest. When you feel like you cannot take another step, remember that I am carrying you. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in your weakness. Your breakthrough is coming, beloved. Remember, I am never late. My timing is always perfect. Even when it feels as if the silence has stretched too long, remember that I am working behind the scenes, preparing something that will bring glory, joy, and fulfillment to your life. Rest in me. Trust that the not yet you are experiencing is paving the way for something even more beautiful, something that will fill your heart beyond measure. I am the author of your story, and I promise the best chapters are yet to come. Wherever you are today, no matter how heavy your burdens may feel, know that you are never alone. I am walking beside you, guiding your every step. My love is holding you up, giving you the strength to keep moving forward. Trust me when I say, when the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. Hold on, my precious one. I see every small act of faith, every tear, every prayer. Your waiting is not in vain. I am listening, and I am with you. Let my peace settle over you now like a warm blanket on a cold night. I am here, I am for you, and I am with you, always. Go forward today, strengthened by my promise. Know that the waiting isn't empty, it is sacred. Every moment of it brings you closer to me, and every second is a step towards the blessings I have in store for you. You are loved beyond what words could express, and you are mine. As you continue to lean into my words, I encourage you to comment below. Share what is on your heart. What are you waiting for? What prayers are you holding in faith? Comment "I trust Lord" as an affirmation of your faith. By commenting, you join others on this journey. You remind each other that you're not alone. Together, your prayers, your faith, create a community that lifts each other up and draws strength from my presence. Share this message with your family and friends, so they too may be uplifted and find strength in my love.